It's Ash from Super Videos back for another teaser breakdown for a teaser that they released from season 11 of The Walking Dead. Now, there isn't really too much in this teaser. There's a few shots that reveal a lot as far as the comic material goes, but there isn't a lot of reveals in the actual teaser that they released. So stay tuned, we'll be right back to break it all down. Alright, as always, if you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing to join our community, share and smash the like button if you enjoy the content, and press the bell to be notified when we upload on the channel. So with that, let's dive right into it. So this teaser that they released from season 11 has like 4 shots in it. The first shot, which is like the majority of the teaser, is this shot of a cake. Now, you may be asking, why are they showing a image of a cake in a Walking Dead teaser? Well, I'll explain that to you. But then after the cake, there's actually a few shots of pictures on the wall. And these are pictures of missing people. Again, you may be asking, what does this have to do with The Walking Dead? And I'm assuming if you were the one that asked those 2 questions, you have not read the comics. So I'm going to put a little bit of context for non-comic readers. But obviously, spoiler alert for the comic storyline, because if you have not read the comics and will read it at some point, or if you don't want to know things that are coming up in the TV version, you may not want to watch this. So with that out of the way, let's jump into it. So in the comics, some of our survivors are captured by these soldiers in all-white uniform. They're taken back to a new community called the Commonwealth, which is the biggest community that the survivors have seen. Obviously, we saw this group at the end of season 10 episode 16. They just showed up at the very end, and of course, in the latest episode that they released from the bonus episodes of season 10, so in season 10 episode 20, we actually saw these soldiers again. So these are Commonwealth soldiers, and their storyline is a story that's directly coming from the comics. Now, when the survivors get to the Commonwealth, they find this wall outside with all of these pictures of people and their missing loved ones. So the residents of the Commonwealth posted these pictures looking for their loved ones who they have lost, or people that they haven't been able to reunite with when the world fell. Most of these people may as well be dead in that universe, but there might be some of them that are alive. And that's obviously the case when it comes to Michonne. So Michonne in the comics is actually pretty much in the story at this point. And she's with the group that gets to Commonwealth. And she's the one that actually sees her own picture on the wall. And on the wall it says, "Have you seen my mom, Michonne?" with a picture of Michonne. So that obviously reveals to us and Michonne that her daughter is a resident of the Commonwealth community. So that's a pretty big deal, and it's a pretty big reunion as far as the Commonwealth story goes. So that pretty much explains why we saw a teaser with those pictures on the wall. And I have like a few screenshots of these pictures on the wall based on the season 11 teaser that you can look at. Now, it's obviously too difficult to identify any of them if we can, and I doubt that we actually can identify any of them, but if any of them are supposed to be identifiable, it's difficult to say because it's just so blurry and it just goes so fast. But that obviously reveals to us 100% that we will see that reunion, and they're not gonna skip it. It was a pretty big deal in the comics. In the show, I thought that they could skip it if they want, they could do it if they want, but it seems like they're going to stay true to the comic storyline, and they're actually gonna do that storyline, which is completely fine. In terms of who can get that reunion, if not Michonne, because obviously Michonne is not in the TV story at this point. I've done a video on that already, but there's like 2 people that come to my mind that could get this story. Either Connie or Leah. Aside from them though, like if they don't want to give it to them, they could give it to just about any of the other characters and have them reunite with one of their loved ones. For example, they could give that to Ezekiel or someone else. So they don't need to have a person we actually know be the person that's in the Commonwealth. They could have it go sort of similar to how it went in the comics, where it was someone's long lost relative that's staying there. Now, the other thing that I do want to mention is the cake. Why did they show a cake? The cake is actually significant because if we go back to the comic story, and particularly the wall of the missing people in the comics, where it says, "Have you seen my mom, Michonne?" it actually says, "If you have any information, please contact Elodie," who's obviously Michonne's daughter, "at the bakery." That is very interesting because bakery, cake, so that means that they're probably doing the same thing and having the person who's going to be there be a baker or work at a bakery, just like Elodie did. But that's pretty much everything I wanted to share in this teaser breakdown. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to share and smash that like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when we upload. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.